Hey guys, what I wanted to do was just create some videos on how to use Excel, specifically how to use Excel in our class. So in this video, I just want to demonstrate how I create the general journals, okay? And again, there's many ways to do this. This is just a quick and dirty way to show you how I set these journals up. So the first thing we need to know or remember is what exactly is a journal, right? Well, a journal is nothing more than a list of rows that has areas for us to put in the account numbers and the debits and the credits. That's all it is, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in A2 and I'm going to type in date, right? Because remember, our journal always has a date column in it. And then we need a number of rows so we can go ahead and type in the accounts that we're going to debit and credit later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge and center a number of rows. Again, this is just an arbitrary amount. There's no set standard or specific guidelines. I'm just clicking, I'm just picking an arbitrary number of columns. So I picked 5. I just picked 5 columns, okay? We always want to click merge and center. And then we want to make sure that we have this column left aligned, okay? Now, before I do anything and I type anything in this, I want to get all the rows below this row B2 to be formatted the same exact way, meaning I want B3, C3, D3, E3, and F3 to all be merged and centered and have that left aligned text. In order to do that, I'm going to take my my mouse here, or my little cross there. I'm going to get my little, notice we have those, what do we call them, maybe crosshairs or whatever, the thinner cross. I'm going to click and hold down the mouse, and I'm just going to drag down, okay? I'm just selecting, again, an arbitrary number of rows. I know I'm going to have journal entries. There's going to be a number of them. I just want to make sure I have enough space to put all my journal entries in, okay? So it's kind of difficult to, actually, let me do this. I'm going to click borders. It's this line right here. And I'm going to say all borders. And notice what it did is it made borders around all the cells. So you can see now that this cell reference B2, which encompasses C2, D2, E2, and F2, it's all merged into one. And so is everything below it. Okay? So now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and type in account, okay? Because I always want to put my accounts. Am I going to, debit cash, credit, revenue, or whatever. And then we want to create our debit and credit columns. So I'm just going to type DR period, just an abbreviation for debit, and I'm going to type in CR period for credit. Now, I don't like how they're left aligned right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of these two cells, and I'm going to click center text, and it puts them right in the middle, okay? Now, another thing I want to do is I want to make sure my numbers are in account form, okay? So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to click G, hold down my mouse, and drag it over to H. So I have both of these rows going all the way down, okay? I want to set them in account form, okay? So if we come right here, if you see where my mouse is, it says general, right? I don't want general. I want to make sure that the data that I put in there, which are going to be numbers, I want to make sure that they have a comma. So I'm going to click my comma. Now look what happens when I enter a number. $5,000, okay? It automatically formatted it so it put the column in, okay? Now, this is just a pet peeve of mine. I hate cents because every problem that we do does not have cents. Okay? Every book problem that we get, there is no cents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I want to decrease that decimal spot. In order to do that, I need to make sure that I highlight both row G and row H. I'm going to come over here on my ribbon where it says decrease decimal. That's right underneath the accounting number format. As I click it twice, we see that those decimal places went away. Okay, so that's how you set up a general journal. Again, just want you guys to make sure that you are working in Excel. You know how to manipulate the spreadsheet, merge cells, set up the number format, things like that. Okay, so I'm going to do another video and show you how I set up a few other things, the ledger, the trial balance, and whatnot. Okay, so tune back in for those videos.